Greetings again, one more time. Greetings. Welcome back to the Ekidad. Today's episode, everything considered, um, this is going to be fun and short. Today we want to give a little recap from the episode, last week's episode, when we talked about Ramaphosa's visit and the South African white farmers arriving to the United States. Um, Last week we had a conversation, really good conversation about the arrival of the first group of white South African farmers to the United States as refugees. Um, Hot topic, basically one of the hottest, most discussed topics on social media the last couple of weeks. But for us, it was on this show when we talk about it, we're giving perspectives. We're touching history, we're touching social issues, we're touching current affairs, basically the politics, the political atmosphere right now in the United States and globally. When Donald Trump decided to cancel the refugee programs in the United States, it was not there was nothing about it in the conversation and those bills about it being canceled um, for specific people. It was about putting America and Americans first, right? So we are canceling all these refugee programs because we want to put our resources into programs that would benefit the American citizens, those who are in here. So we are going to deport these refugees and clean up the country, create jobs. So when they leave, their jobs are here for the Americans. That was the idea that we were fed, right? False. It is all rooted in white supremacy. This idea did not start today because Project 2025 did not start today. It did not start last week or last year. This project started years and years ago. But they were looking for a vessel. The white supremacists in the United States were looking for a vessel, looking for somebody to carry out their project. And they found that in Donald Trump. Because what we have seen is that Donald Trump is somebody who cares about money more than anything else. And when you are that kind of person, you're easily bought and you're easily sold, and you will have to be that way all your life. Bought and sold. Basically, you're a commodity to be used by those who can afford you. And that's what we found in Donald Trump. Fortunately for him, he found a partner, somebody who is exactly like him, Elon Musk. Therefore, Donald Trump with nuclear codes makes him the most powerful person in the world, and Elon Musk is the richest person in the world. So those two combined, we are all in danger. We are screwed, really. But that was the thing. The whole idea of this immigration crap that we have been fed for years is that it's about making America great, putting Americans first, but it has never been about Americans. It's always been about Donald Trump from his first term in office to now. It has always been about him. Historically, the white supremacists who are now supporting Donald Trump, unfortunately, some of these people actually came from religious backgrounds who call themselves Christians. I don't get that. I don't understand that. And I don't think I will ever understand it. There is not an amount of research or moral thinking that can help me understand the Christianity of these people. Or even like, I know there are some Muslims who support Donald Trump, and A lot of Jews, a lot of Christians who call themselves religious. They care about the message of their prophets. God said this, and we follow what God said and did, and all that stuff. But yet they are supporting Trump's ideas and ideologies. It's beyond my comprehension. But I understand white supremacy. I actually do. I studied it. Um, the idea is a few years ago, there was a study done, statistics, and was published, and that predicted that by 2050, white people will not be the majority in this country. And so that basically ignited and instigated some kind of fear, of replacement. They already have the replacement theory in their minds, and this made it worse. Now it really scared the hell out of them, and the idea was, we're not going to let that happen. We can't be replaced because we know what we did to these people of color. If they become the majority in national majority, because people of color are the global majority. So we're talking about national majority within the United States borders. They might do the same thing to us. So we are not going to let it happen. So they found Donald Trump. He gave them the chances, the rights, the opportunities, the tools to get out there. Started with their insurrection to the Capitol, and then he kind of eliminated their fear of public appearance. Now they can march in public. They can carry their banners, their flags, in our neighborhoods, in our communities, put them side by side by, in their pickup trucks with Trump face or Trump representing flag, MAGA flags, driving around the country and neighborhoods making noises. So they found Donald Trump to carry their agenda. So the first thing they wanted to do is to reduce the population of people of color by deporting all these people, because back in the day, they claimed that the Democrats were bringing all these immigrants here and they're all voting for the Democrats. If you understand the law, you understand the Constitution, you have an idea, even a little idea of how immigration works globally, not only about the United States, because remember, not everything is about the United States of America. We are taught that it's all about us. That's why we have these high level of anxieties when we don't get what we want. We are literally dead. We're depressed. Because we are taught that it's the world revolves around us. It's not true. So it's not all about America, but we made it all about us. So we're going to deport these people, reduce their population in the United States so they don't vote for Democrats. And then we are going to replace them with people who look like us, white. The white supremacist group in South Africa have been advocating, and actually back when Donald Trump was president, his first term, they came here, they lobbied Congress, they talked to some some representatives about, they claim that they're being persecuted in South Africa. They need collaboration with the United States government to support and protect them. Now, these people, a very small minority, white from the apartheid era, own 70+% of land, farmland in South Africa. When the idea of redistribution is not to take it away from them, but to redistribute. We're not taking it all away from you. We'll leave you with what we know you need to farm, and we will give an opportunity for others also to have a place to farm or a place to live. And that was the problem, because they wanted control and they thought they were going to lose that control. So they came here, cried like a baby to Donald Trump and the MAGA movement and QAnon and other crazy people that we have in Capitol Hill said, "Oh, we're being killed. There is a genocide against us." They made up all these stories. Donald Trump picked it up because he also does not do. He doesn't really do anything. He golfs. That's all we know. He sees everything they gave him, and he looks at it and we're like, "Wow, look at these images, these crosses, this and that and that." And that. Even though the fact is, these images were all debunked. Experts explained them to him that these are not graves. Images of crosses that were being shown when he ambushed Cyril Ramaphosa, those were things that were put. They used these white crosses to design a monument kind of thing to commemorate some of the people, farmers who were killed over the years. It's not only 1 year or 1 day thing. So Donald Trump sees that and goes, "Oh wow, death, 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 death." So all these crosses represent graves. Lies. Other pictures he showed were taken from the Democratic Republic of Congo, others from other parts of Africa during the Ebola outbreak, with people wearing Red Cross protective gear, taking care of Ebola bodies. He said this is all genocide in South Africa. So it's not about the American people. This is about the white supremacist replacement theory, the fear. Now, these people are brought here, about 60 of them, to test the waters, to see if it works out. If the public doesn't react, Congress doesn't do anything, they need to get off their asses and do something about it, because Trump has taken all the power from Congress. Now, our representatives are representing nobody but themselves, because they don't represent us, the community. So if this succeeds, next will be another 600. Those who want to leave, because they really, South Africans don't want to leave, especially the whites, because they're well off. They come here, they'll start paying all these taxes here, and they will lose their money. They don't want that. So this group that came here, what we know about refugees, when refugees leave, they don't pick within their families who's going to leave and who's going to stay. Everybody goes because it's about safety. I'm not leaving and leave my mother and my father or my daughter or my wife or my husband behind. I want everybody in my family to come with me. So how come these people were picked and they still have their family members back in South Africa? Where's the genocide? So Trump has redefined genocide. Africans need to understand this. Those at home in Africa, on the continent, and those abroad, all people of color need to understand that this is not about the American people. This is about the replacement theory that the white supremacists have had in their heads, engraved in their brains for a long, long time. I saw a lot of Africans reacting to this, even immigrants who are here, that, well, you know what, some people come here legally and do this and that. I came to realize that the worst enemies of other immigrants, new immigrants and refugees and asylum seekers, are those who are immigrants themselves who made it. They turn around and start criticizing, "Oh, they came here illegally, we came here this and that and that." No, shit, you came here as tourists. Majority of you came here as tourists and then overstayed your visas, found a job, or got married, and then just became permanent residents or whatever. Privileged people who are standing out there with the white supremacists criticizing other immigrants and refugees. Let's fast forward to today. That's a long recap, but it's just to help you understand what is happening. Now, Elon Musk and Donald Trump broke up a couple days ago. It's all over social media, all over the media. Boys are going to be boys, let them be boys. But these are stupid boys because they have no advisors. They don't listen to anybody. They don't give a crap about what people think about them. As long as they're getting what they want, money. That's all they care about. They don't care about their families. Musk disowned his own daughter because she's, gay or trans. He doesn't care. Trump does not care about his own family. He just cares about making money. As long as that is happening, he has this name, popularity. That is all he needs. Life for him is a TV show. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody else but themselves. So, how about us? What do we care about? Our representatives in Congress don't represent us anymore because Trump took the power from them. But still, we pay their salaries. We pay for their insurances. We pay for everything. We, the workers, we, the people. But the day you don't work, you can't go to the doctor if you get sick. They're cutting benefits for veterans. That's a whole other thing. I got to mention this. Every single person who immigrated into the United States did not come here because of people like Donald Trump or people like Elon Musk. We come here because of the veterans, those in uniform. Why do I say that? Because everyone who came here for the safety and security. If you are an investor, you come to the United States because it is safe and secure for you to invest here. Healthcare, because of the safety and security. Every good thing we have here happens because we are safe and secure. And who gives us that? Our women and men in uniform. So we can't sit here and pretend that you know we can disconnect, we can detach this from from our daily lives. We can't do that. It's part of who we are, and it's part of what this country is about. So we need to respect that. We need to realize that we have nobody else but each other in our communities. If we want change, it starts right here in the community. Care for each other, care about each other, help each other, get to know your neighbor. Because your safety and your security and your health care is not in Congress. It's right here in your community. This is where it happens. This is where everything, we got to organize, we got to unite and make it happen in the community as one people. The fight against white supremacists is not going to happen in Congress. It has to happen here in the community. Everybody together. A new civil rights movement is rising. And we all need to be part of it for our own safety, for our own children and the next generations. That's what the Equidad is for. All things considered and everything considered. Right here is where we talk about it. Unfortunately, today, the expert that we had invited could not make it for some emergency reasons. But we're hoping to get him back next week. For now, thank you so much. We have to end it here on this note. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to share and subscribe and live a good life. Be happy. Get to know your neighbor. Thank you.